Greetings and salutations, movie fans. It's Gilly, the critic here of the Attic Review, talking about the movie I was looking forward to the most of this year, It Chapter 2. And this kind of hurts. This is like reading a eulogy at a funeral. Don't want to do it, but it has to be done. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my heart hurts. I was, to put it bluntly, very disappointed in this film. I'm a huge Pennywise fanboy, if you couldn't tell, ever since the 1990 miniseries, reading the book itself. Love it. He's an icon. I mean, Tim Curry's performance, Billy Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise was just, it has such strong power and it's compelling to read, watch. It's amazing. And so with this movie, I mean, maybe I blame myself for having too high of expectations, which I try not to do walking into it, but I lowered the bar, but still, I'm sorry, guys. It's not the magic that we saw with the 2017 reimagining of the novel. So, in Chapter 2, we're going forward 27 years later, after their um, climatic fights with this demonic clown to put him away. So that way the town of Derry won't have to worry about him anymore, and they themselves can put it behind them. So, as adults now, after they escape the town of Derry, their memories are, thank goodness, gone from their traumatic past, except for one member, Mike. He stayed in the town, and he's starting to notice a developing pattern again of missing children and adolescents, and it's bad. So he remembers the oath, calls all their friends, which is a painful phone call to make, and it's like, hey, you got to come back to face certain death, and we got to stop this guy again, or we're not going to have a future. Reluctantly, they come back and hit with a flood of memories. The dam is broken, and they're like, oh man, I forgot completely what was going on. Now, in order for them to defeat Pennywise this time for good, Mike discovered the origins and how to beat the guy, we think. And so they go on these tasks, and along the way to get ready to face Pennywise again, they go down a painful memory road to gather what's required to take him on again. It has its scary moments. It's neat to see the adult versions of the Losers Club, but let's get into it. I mean, that was as basic of an outline as I can give the movie. So, what made the first one so captivating was the natural flow of it. These kids were wonderful. The storytelling was great, nice and even, and it was just magic to watch. Now, fortunately, lightning doesn't strike twice here. Things felt so rushed, even though they had I think 84 days to film the movie, which is pretty long for Hollywood. But something about it, the rapport wasn't there. Um, for as talented of a list of actors that they had, especially with McAvoy, Hader, and Jessica Chastain, I thought, man, there's no way someone could bumble this up. And sadly enough, that's kind of what they did. It seemed as if things were forced too much. They were trying to spoon feed chemistry to the actors, and it just didn't feel right. Besides that, I mean, the story itself was pretty entertaining. I love seeing the origins. I'm sure we were all interested in how this being came about, and that was neat to see. It was cool to see. If you remember in the first movie, there was a little lapse after they fought the clown at the house, and they got into a fight amongst each other. There was a period of time where they weren't speaking, and it kind of addresses that as well. We go back as well to see that there was unfinished business that each of them had to kind of tie up, and that was neat to see as well. Cool, cool scenes with Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård, he evolved the character more. I liked seeing that because it was neat to see how he made himself more, lack of a better word, like seductive. Like he learned new tricks to get his prey. And there was a couple of ones where I was like, oh my god, and it was awesome. They also did a really cool thing with the taken from the novel itself, and that one of my favorite scenes in the book they took from there and put it into the movie as like the opening sequence, and I was thrilled. I was like, all right, we're on the right pace here. Things can only go up, man. This is awesome. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and a lot of that had to do, and it shouldn't be that much of of a factor, but the CGI just ruined it for me. There was moments where Pennywise was about to be doing Pennywise things and come out and scare the shit out of us. But I'm waiting for the build up. I'm like, oh my god, my heart's racing. I'm clutching the seats. I am ready for this. And then I was like, what the fuck was that? Oh my god, this is the worst CGI I've seen since X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was that bad. And then the fact that we knew there's going to be flashbacks. So obviously they need the kids again from the original. And surprise, surprise, they're kids. They're going to grow, since the last filming wrapped up. And these kids, of course, aged and grown into themselves. I've seen it in Ant-Man and I've seen it in Iron Man 3 where you can de-age someone digitally. And it worked. It looked great on them. I mean, we had Michael Douglas looking young as hell. But for some reason, when they showed the kids again remastered, it was just so awful. I couldn't stop staring at it. It was like a smash bug. I wanted to look away, but I had to look at how nasty it was. It just didn't flow well. Didn't work right. The movie is so long too. Normally, I don't mind a Stephen King adaptation being long. I don't. I like it. But 2 hours and 49 minutes, when about 40 of that could have been cut out. And the third act, which is normally, this is it. This is the meat and potatoes. The third act is supposed to make everything come right in the world and just be jaw-dropping. Like, oh man, I'm so glad I sat through the rest of it to watch this final act. The final act was just abysmal. It was bad. I was cringing. I was like, oh man, is anybody else seeing this? Shouldn't we have stopped filming a while ago? This should be on the cutting floor. This shouldn't be in the movie. I was just dreadfully just filled with sorrow with this movie. I maybe have to watch it again, but it's not one that I'm clamoring to see immediately. Of course, I'll buy it when it comes out on DVD, but it's not going to be on one of my all-time great lists. Fans of Pennywise, I'm sorry, this movie wasn't what we expected. I don't mean to be so harsh on it, because I mean the original I gave like an 8.5 or 9. This one I'm going to have to give it maybe 6. Maybe 6.5. Maybe. And I'm trying to be nice about it. So take from it what you will. Maybe it's just me with the high hopes and they were dashed. That could just be it. But I have a strong feeling that most people that are going to watch this movie are going to have the same sentiment that I had. So I'm sorry, guys. Check it out still. Maybe I'm wrong. Leave it in the comments about what you disagree with. But sadly, It Chapter 2 did not deliver the potency that Chapter 1 had. So sorry, guys. Please click like and subscribe. Check out the movie still. Leave some comments, and we'll talk about it some more. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.